Hey guys, welcome to an episode that I'm calling In the Studio. This is something that I'd never done, and honestly, I don't even know how entirely this is going to work, but I want to make it work. And today I want to walk you through the how I made the song Time, which is on my album Junior Year. This is probably one of my favorite songs that I've ever made just because it's so different. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's different, but it's like me all at the same time. And so let's hop into here and let's break this down. So to start off with, I have this guitar loop that is played pretty much throughout the entire song. And this was kind of like the start of just like the whole entire process. Like this was where it all started. So I had this guitar loop, which sounds like this. And it was just like such a vibe that like I just started adding like all these layers. And so for like the first part, you just have the guitar playing, and then once we hit here, I added this piano, which is kind of played throughout, kind of chopped up, and it sounds like this. So those together, they sound like this. So once I kind of got the piano and the guitar in the mix, I was loving the way that it was going. And so once again, it's just like when you kind of start with something and you start to like the process as an artist and as a producer is like, you go through so many sounds and you're just like, no, that doesn't sound good, no, that doesn't sound good, that one doesn't sound good, and then you get to one that's just like, whoa, now that right there is super good, and you fall in love with it. And once you like fall in love with it, it just like almost just all clicks, and you just start adding layer after layer, and it just kind of becomes a song on its own. And so I had these two and I was in love with this. So I was like, okay, what do I want to add next to this? So I actually didn't add anything more until the chorus part, which has pretty much everything. So the verses are basically just the guitar and the piano. And then we get to the chorus, and that's where everything comes in. And so I found this vocal chop. I loved it, and it just like fit perfectly, and it sounds like this. So I actually pitched this vocal up because originally it just sounded like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was like a male voice, but I didn't really like the way that fit. So I used this amazing plugin here, Little Alter Boy, which basically you're able to pitch pretty much anything up. And so I was able to make it sound just like this. So then I had the pianos, the guitar, and this vocal sample. I already knew we were going somewhere with this. I knew it. I was feeling the vibe. And so I was like, I need a bass. And so I added the bass into here. The sub bass, which basically just fit. It was once again another sample, and I was able to find it. I loved it. Then of course, on top of all of that, you have to add the drums. And so I had to come up with a beat, which is always kind of the fun part because you just kind of mess with different rhythms, with different styles. And so I came up with this beat. It's pretty basic, but I mean, like, you look at the entire song, and like the entire song is pretty basic itself. Like, there's not really much going on. I mean, you look at the chorus and it's just literally guitar, piano, vocal sample, bass, and drum. And that's the way that I typically like it, because if it's like simple, if the beat is simple, then I can take it, and then when I record the vocals, I can basically just kind of add stuff to it with my vocals and make it sound just more alive, because most people are listening to the lyrics, most people are listening to your vocals, and so this kind of, it matters, but like it doesn't entirely matter. And so that's the way I like to go about it, is just keeping it simple and then taking it to the next stage of adding vocals and making it sound even more alive. And of course I added this swell, this riser, whatever you want to call it. I think it's, I added it just to kind of make that transition go super, super smooth. And so this is what it sounds like. This is what the chorus is. So I remember listening to that, and I had it on the speakers, and I turned it up, and I was listening to it, and I was like, holy cow, this is legit it. And I didn't even know like where I was going to go with the lyrics, but I was like, this is just such a vibe. And I just kind of ran with it, and I came up with the lyrics, and I was able to record the vocals, and it was amazing. And then, that's pretty much it. And then the outro kind of just cuts off at the piano, which I thought was really kind of just a good idea to kind of like end it on kind of more of just a soft note, because it's kind of a hardcore song with the the electric guitar just drilling into it. And so you just kind of just wanted to end it like with that piano just. And I loved it. I'll export this to my vocal session, and let's head over there right now. So here we are in my vocal session. I know it looks really terrifying and scary, and there's a bazillion colors, but we're just not going to worry about that. So basically, I mean, this is kind of like what I do with my vocals. I can make another video on like how I actually fully edit my vocals, but this is kind of for this song, this is what it was. So I brought my beat, and here it was at 130 BPM, and I used this preset that someone gave me for instrumental tracks. Obviously you want to bring down your instrumental track to about -6, so it's easier, it's just easier to mix the vocals in when it's like that. But it uses this, I don't even know how to explain this, like someone just sent it to me and was like, dude, put this on your instrumental and it sounds so good. And so I did, and it kind of like, I think it just like kind of makes more space for the vocals to like fit in with it. Everything so this is the lead vocal. I pretty much just start with this, and then I kind of just build my layers on top of it. And so I added this layer, which was basically a copy and paste of this, but it's just everything is all in your hands. Everything is all a part of your plan. I pitched it up once again. That's kind of like my favorite thing to do with my vocals. So I have it there. And then I think for this, what was the other layer? Oh, so this is, I actually don't really remember doing this. This is kind of interesting, but I did this. Apparently I did this interesting thing with the vocals, and so I used that pitch vocal, but I added this Waves harmony, which did this weird thing to it. I don't even remember doing this, but I guess I did it anyways. So basically it all sounds like this. Everything is all in your hands. Everything is. And I think after that I just added this kind of like bottom everything layer. Is all in your hands. Everything is all. This was kind of just like the background vocals, like the kid singing. So it kind of made it sound cool. So I mean, that's really all there really was to the song. Once again, I like to keep it simple. I like to not make it super big. And yeah, that is that's how this song was made. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment if you have any questions or whatever. I would love to make more videos like this, breaking down songs, or just like talking about my vocal chains, how I mix songs, all that stuff. Like I would love to help you guys if you are fellow artists, or if you're just interested in learning. I would love to teach you. But anyways, thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you next time on another video. Peace out.